It's been forever since I've done a video. Thank you for your patience. If this is your first time on my channel, my name's Natalie Perez-Benitoa. I am a real estate agent here in Naples, Florida, and I make videos about all things real estate, including the mistakes I've made in my career. I am just gonna take a moment to celebrate the fact that it's been just about a year since I got my real estate license. Wow, that's crazy. And now that that's over, let's talk about all the mistakes that I made. And I have a list, cheat sheet, because I really can't keep track of all my mistakes, so I have to write them down to refer back. The first one is being too available for my clients. I don't have a work phone, I use my personal phone for everything, so if I am too available, my clients will call me and text me at all hours of the night, and they start to feel like they are the most important thing to me, which isn't far off, because we want to make our clients feel like they are the most important thing, but as you get busier and busier with more and more people and expectations to fill, it becomes stressful. So setting a boundary is extremely important right from the start. If you want to work 9 to 5, then work 9 to 5. If you're open and you're hungry and you don't care and your nights, weekends, whatever it takes, then do that. But make sure that you voice whatever it is that you want and what your expectations are too. And by the way, you deserve to have expectations. You are a business owner and you provide a service. So we'll talk about that later. Buyers and customers. Do not meet a buyer for the first time at a showing. Someone likes a property, you get notified, you give them a call, and they're like, let me go see it at 4, and you're like, okay, on my way. You don't know anything about them, you don't know if they're pre-approved, you don't know if they're a murderer, you don't know anything. It's like this frantic desperation that comes upon agents of like, oh my gosh, this could be my sale, like, yes. Make sure you get your buyers on the phone for lengths of time. Meet them for coffee. Maybe don't even talk about houses the first time you chat with them. Talk about their needs and their desires. Crack a joke. I mean, there's a million things you could talk about. Eventually, you're gonna talk about the houses. So don't rush it, and definitely don't meet someone at the house for the first time. I did that once, and the person was actually working with another agent. So I met him at a property, we saw about 4 more, and then he said that he was working with another agent. Which brings me to another point. Buyer-broker agreements. If you're working with a buyer, have them sign a buyer-broker agreement stating that they are exclusively working with you. This might make you feel uncomfortable. In my experience, when I did it, I was so shocked. My buyer was like, oh yeah, that like she must know what she's doing. Like she's serious. Like she's really gonna help us. Yeah, I'm sign my name on the dotted line. And like we provide a service, we spend a lot of time. We are not paid for our time in this career. We're paid for the homes we sell. So if you spend hours and hours, days and days with buyers who are working with other agents, you're just wasting your time. Nip that in the butt and go ahead and have them sign it. If you can help it, try not to have them bring their families who are not associated with the purchase of the home to the showings. We all have that crazy aunt or uncle, grandma, mom, who are gonna put their 2 cents in like they know it all. That crack over there, that's not gonna work for me. Oh my God, those cabinets, ridiculous. What are those from, 1984? Looks like there's some dust on that refrigerator. Oof, I wouldn't buy this if I was you. No, not a chance. Your son is stupid if he buys this house. Okay, yeah, I guess we don't need to buy it. This is a very emotionally charged situation, investing in a house, especially with first-time buyers. You are their coach. You are the person who's gonna let them know all the pros and cons, let them know the red flags of the property, and let them make the decision. We don't need the mess of, Aunt Susie. Wait, that's actually someone I'm kind of related to. Aunt Pamela to give her little word of advice, it goes on and on and on. Just have your buyers not bring their family. Maybe once you close, your family can see it. It's a private moment. So encourage your buyers to just come as they are by themselves, if you can. Okay. Ooh, also, I have done this before and I'm not proud of this one. It's probably like real estate 101, and so whoever's watching this is gonna be like, I can't believe you did that. But I brought a buyer to a house that they were excited to put an offer on, and I then asked, great, will you just send me your pre-approval letter or your proof of funds? And they were like, wait, what? I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't been pre-approved. Here we are looking at $500,000 homes and they're only approved for like 380. Or even worse, they say they're pre-approved and you don't get the proof. Make sure you get the proof and make sure you connect with that lender one-on-one to say, hey, we're gonna go look at this address. Will you type it in and make sure that if they love it, we can go ahead and offer? Because I don't even feel like taking them to the house if they can't afford it, if it's out of their price range, yada, yada, yada. And like where I am, Collier County and Lee County basically blend together, but their qualifications are different. You're gonna be approved for a higher amount in Collier County than you will in Lee County due to taxes. So one size does not fit all. Make sure you know your buyer's lender or at least have communicated on some level of how much the approval is for. And do not take your buyers to homes when they have not been pre-approved. You're wasting your time and you're wasting theirs. You could get their hopes up and then they don't have that letter. They were counting on you to guide them and then you let them down. Just don't go through it. Take it from me, girl. Take it from me. Okay. Communication with your buyer on that first meeting. So real estate has a price tag, and of course we have to get to the bottom line of what someone wants to spend on a home. But instead of saying things like, what's your budget? Yes, that's inevitable and we need to get that out somehow, but I encourage you to maybe frame it in a different way. How can a home purchase help you get closer to your goals? Or what are your other monthly expenses, right? So you start talking about money, maybe they feel like they can start opening up to you, and then most of the time they just spit it out. Like, honey, I'm looking for a 3-bed, 2-bath, 500,000 is the max I can do. HOA fees, maybe, but let's not. I mean, most people are with it, those who are serious about buying, but if you're having that contemplation, like, I don't really want to ask about the budget, I feel like money talk, like we're gonna get down to it at some point. It's gonna come out, it has to. It's some money business, it's a purchase, but it doesn't need to be like the first conversation you have with them. And I would just avoid it. Be a person first, talk about other things, you know? Tell them what you're going through. Use your emotional intelligence, if you will, and don't always rely on the books to do this career. Use your emotional intelligence. That has been by far my pillar to my success so far in real estate. Using my instincts, using my relatability, see if this person's for real, see how they communicate, work with them, mold with them, and then come in, fires blazing. Blazing fire? Fires a-blazing. That's not right. Why does that sound weird? Blazing, I don't know. I'm not really on my wit game today. I'm gonna wrap it up with this one because I did this and I forever regret it. I was once at a listing appointment. It was when I first started and I was intimidated by the seller. And because I was intimidated, I backed away and I got overly giving, right? Overly desperate. You know, if you list with me, I'll do it as low as blank %. Well, if someone hears that number, they're gonna be like, oh my gosh, yes, or whatever. But then you've just cut yourself off from actually getting with what you're worth. If your broker allows you to kind of negotiate the commission costs when you get a listing, then by all means, keep that in your back pocket, but don't lead with that like I did one time. Instead, state your commissions, give your listing presentation, you just state your fee because you get what you ask for. And anyone who hasn't experienced that, I would love to hear your thoughts and your experience in the comment box below because in my experience, I've always gotten what I ask for. Now that I know my worth, I walk in confidently, stating the commission costs. That's the price. That's the price. I know you're gonna get the best service, so I'm gonna get the best pay for the best service. That pretty much sums it up, at least the first edition of my mistakes in my first year in real estate. Thank you so much for watching. This is so exciting. I haven't done a video in a while and I really miss doing them. I've been super, super busy and that makes me happy, but I do miss my content creating. And for all of you who have reached out to me directly on Instagram or left a comment on one of my videos, telling me how helpful it is or asking me questions about my experience, like that, it feels so good. That is why I started making these. I wanted to relate and be honest and humble myself and connect with you. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And like and subscribe and all the things. If you want to see another topic, please leave a comment. I would love to know what you actually want to watch and learn from me. Thanks again, and I will see you next time. Say bye, Gunner. He is a sleepy, sleepy boy. That pretty much sums it up.